So when we're free from the desire, now we have it.
This is where it ironically shows up usually.
Right. When you
Yeah.
let go of control, it shows up. You have
When I don't need the beautiful woman and
Mhm,
I'm actually moving freely in my day and enjoying my own energy,
mhm.
she'll be like, "Wait, yo."
Say that
She'll
again now. If you were free
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the desire that sits, yeah,
So
repeat that, please.
yeah, Joey, you just said something really cool, and I was gonna push back about the image that I'm like, we're talking about clients and coaching. We're talking
Mhm.
about authenticity, awakening, ego, desires, things like this. Okay, so you said, attracting clients uh, through some platform or Instagram or YouTube. You're showing an image or showing something that appeals to the ego, a relationship, money, status, power, whatever the feeling is that self and ego wants. And then that's the bait,
Mhm.
because underneath it, upon further investigation through the coaching, they get what they actually want, which is freedom from the separation, freedom from needing the relationship, freedom
Freedom. Yep.
from
Correct.
needing. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like, okay, now
Mhm.
this is why it's hard to sell.
Yeah.
Uh,
No
freedom
doubt.
from needing the next
Mhm.
client. All the entrepreneurs are like, "What the fuck are you? No, this is stupid. Do not talk like
Mhm.
this. Do not awaken to this.
Mhm.
Stay in problem solution." But what I'm
Right.
seeing, and this is me being genuine, this is where I've always run into a paradox of I already feel totally in love with myself. I love my inner peace. I don't need that's the thing. It's like once the more that we see through the thoughts and feelings and desires, they're fun, but I noticed that upon when I feel them in my body, they don't actually feel that. They feel good, but it's confirming that they're not in my reality. So there is a suffering from separation.
Mhm.
So then when we explore more, free from religion or a certain type of spirituality, it's really just observing how you're feeling, really. And when we go underneath it, it's things like, well, why do I think I need a relationship? There can be valid answers. Why do I think I need more clients? And maybe, and I want to hear your take, that it's the freedom from this needing the next thing. Wow, I love this. That is what we really want. And that can be tricky, quite tricky to price.
No doubt, man.
Because when someone realize they're like, oh, so now what?
So when we're free from the desire, now we have it.
This is where it ironically shows up usually.
Right. When you
Yeah.
let go of control, it shows up. You have
When I don't need the beautiful woman and
Mhm,
I'm actually moving freely in my day and enjoying my own energy,
mhm.
she'll be like, wait, yo,
And what you talked about flipping it, and
flipping it.
Mhm. I
Let's
love
do
that a
that.
lot, man. Like that kind of opened my eyes to a lot more. I tend to do the same thing, but what I do is it's more of an external to internal flip. So it's like, where are you not loving yourself? Where does that lack leak out externally? You don't have it for you, right? So because you don't have it for yourself, you anchor on to what you receive outside of you. And when that disappears, because it comes from need, it will disappear. And when that disappears, it leaves you empty.
There will be an energy unless that root desire and need is s- sat with and there's a lot there,
Mhm.
different for each person. There will be a nonverbal. Oh, there it is. There will be a nonverbal repellent energy to your partner because
Okay,
there's still
let's talk about that energy. Yeah.
there we go. Because there's a need, and why is need unattractive? Okay, now we're cooking. I am certified insane for anyone watching. So let me just
I am uncertified.
yes.
Uncertified.
Yeah, where can I get that certification? I hear it helps me get clients.
Insanity certifications. That's great, man.
Yeah. Okay, so the need. All right, here we go. So unless the person here's it in plain English for me. Unless I fully love the parts of myself that usually in childhood have gotten abandoned, that I've just totally just been like, nope, not going to express that. Um, you know, can't be bisexual, can't be a druggie, can't be broke. All the things, all the taboo things that we shame ourselves for internally. And we're not even really aware of it until people ask these questions. Internal shaming. That phrase pops out. Um,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
what does that shame signal? You know? Um,
That I can't be bring all of me to the table, and therefore I'm constantly calibrating who I can be and who I shouldn't be in this moment versus that moment. And this leaves me, even if I'm with the person for a time, even if I get the result, feeling that dissonance.
like undeserving, unworthy.
This is that this somehow isn't a fit for how I actually feel about myself. Yeah. And let's just bring in more practical examples. So what is a problem or a challenge that's come up in people you've chatted with?
Mhm. Um,
Especially
it's
around this kind of relationship desire.
yeah, it turns into a cat and mouse game.
Mm,
So it's a push and pull dynamic that happens. I've heard it called the pain hot potato. So someone has pain, they'll go to lean on the other person to help them regulate or relieve that pain. The other person doesn't quite do the job; it's just not enough. But what happens is they'll take the pain on.
mm,
The other one will feel better
mhm,
and they'll feel more at peace with themselves. They'll feel empowered, which threatens the other person.
mm,
And it keeps passing back and forth.
mhm. Cool.
So, and it shows up in all kinds of ways. But that pain is coming from, like you said, what it reminded me of what you were saying, the wounding, the childhood wounding that keeps showing up. This is where the pain. And so what's really underneath all that is fear. And whatever you're afraid of, when you're signaling fear, the other person can feel that, but they don't know what it is. It could be you're afraid of them, you're afraid of yourself, you're afraid of the future, you're afraid of your past, right? It could be one, it could be any of those. So it turns into noise. And because of that noise, all these different things that they're hearing from the other person or feeling from the other person, they can't really reach the signal, the root of what's happening with you. So they don't know who you are now.
Mm. And it's got nothing to do with them.
Right. But it could. And they don't know that. That's where all that uncertainty comes. And more fear. Fear begets fear, begets fear.
The image that came of, I'm just going to say, it's something that may sound very vulnerable to most
Mhm.
men out here. women, I'm curious, whatever. I don't even know if this is fucking gonna get posted. Who cares? Um, of the oh wow. Did I send you that picture of the Virgin Mary?
Mm-mm.
Let me text it. This is the most badass picture I've ever seen of Mary. She looks like a straight cosmic ninja. 1 second.
Thought she was holding guns.
Let's see. And there's a point here that we're gonna that so the image as I'm sending this, the image that came to me as you were talking was if we really just let the masks down, like what is it the human desire? Like the image came of just like totally being held by another person. Just like, can I just fall into your arms? Can you just hold and be with me and not need to change me and show me who you really are? You know, don't hide things. Tell me, these embarrassments, the shames. And that's the image that came and here's this picture. It's not her doing this, but basically check out that image on the phone. And it's just yeah, go off video if you need to. Yeah. I mean, her hands are just like, whoa. I think they're up here like this. She's just like hooded. It gives me
Oh,
chills
cool.
just looking at it. Yeah. And but there's other icons where the usual tradition Orthodox icons are she's holding Jesus.
Mhm.
So there's something about that that resonates with the deep unconscious of just being held. Um, but anyway, let's get back on track about like,
Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna analyze it for sure. Just
yeah, yeah.
kind of feel it.
So like when people want a relationship, what else is there to talk about?
Well, so we like
Yeah.
let me come back on track with what you were saying, about men specifically, because
Oh yeah.
um like that vulnerability there seldom have been rewarded for, or there's it perpetuates some sort of wounding, carrying carrying that forward. But it's not the wounding that has held them back from having that. It's the fear of being vulnerable that has kept them from having that. Because, and I was talking about this with Eden today, just before we called. When we're afraid, and women are they're just so subtly receptive to your emotional state that if they're bringing up fear to you as a man and you're afraid and you become more afraid and you pretend like you're not, they pick up on that immediately. And it just adds to, like I said, that spiral of fear. You get more fear. You know?
Yeah.
But the here's a falsehood. I wrote this down. I had to flip through it to find it.
Yeah.
But here's a falsehood that most men think, right? They're not okay. Yeah. Okay. I wrote this down in the context of both men and women. I said, I think men inherently do not respect women. They want
Oh.
something from them, but are unwilling to pay the price for getting it respectfully. And they're not rewarded for attempts, but rather punished. But they are rewarded for disrespecting you. It's all about simply finding an exploit. That's modern dating.
Yeah. It's all about finding an exploit,
Yes. Where
finding
can
a
I have
way.
where
Yeah.
can I have power over this person in this situation? Where can I control the outcome to get what I want? How can I manipulate the conditions that will create to in my life to attract the kind of woman I want through earning, making more money, uh, making myself look sexier, um, driving the fancy car, having the big place, having the lifestyle that'll draw her, but never really working towards what it is that we both need as human beings with each other if we want to really relate to each other long term. I lost you, True. I can't hear you. Still nothing. Hold on. Turn your mic off. Turn it back on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you. If it ain't
Yeah.
broke, don't fix it. Lesson learned. Uh, so let's cut to the other very common fear and then. If they're vulnerable, there's no polarity. She walks away.
Yep.
What's the answer there? What has been found maybe as an alternative?
Mhm. That's a dance that I was exploring yesterday. As I'm creating my framework. I was talking to my client yesterday because this is something that he kind of because it's true. It's absolutely true. This player disappears. Um, it's power. There's power there, but an internal power, not the external power that drives it home. Okay, that drives that polarity. Women are attracted to power, whereas men we're more attracted to like connection. You know what I mean? Like we want that softness, if that makes sense. Um,
Attracted power, men attracted to.
but what it was very specific. I'm trying to remember, trying to recall. Um, oh, uncertainty.
Huh.
Yeah. What men tend to do is they'll women's losing her mind. He's like, I don't know where this is going. I want marriage now. Like devotion has to be right now. Like if it's like I want that commitment now. I'm looking for my long term partner. So they'll like cut off everything, and it's like best friends now, moving forward. Okay? And um, and then you're just like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Like that's what I want inherently. I want that. Like I think it's a little too early, but I'm going to do it anyway, right? And then she's like, well, I want, like, when are we going to go on vacation? When are we going to do this? How, are you, she wants all the cards laid out. She wants to feel safe in that by making sure that she has, she knows where she's going next year, next week, next month, what life's going to look like and everything. And a lot of guys feel like it's their duty to just lay that all out there because she'll relax. She feels safe. But where's the, where's the connection? Where's the drive? Where's the uncertainty? It's not there. It's too plain, too simple. It's too easy, you know? So she fills the gap now. She starts creating more. She wants more because that's just in the feminine chaotic nature, you know. It gets creative when it feels safe. It starts getting creative. So it starts coming up with, oh, maybe if I'd feel like that desire, that drive, if I had this or this or this, and she'll fill in the gaps. So it's not about making sure that you know all her cards are laid out and she knows exactly where she's going and everything else. You got to create a little bit of surprise, spontaneity, certainty, and tension in between you two, because in the tension itself is where the polarity really lives. Think about
And
it
what
like this: like you meet someone for the first time and you're just sparks are flying. Why are the sparks flying? You don't know each other
they
yet,
don't they don't know it yet. You don't know who you are.
right? And it's
Why
in
are
the
sunglasses
discovery.
attractive? Why are sunglasses attractive?
Say it again.
Why are sunglasses inherently kind of sexy? Because you can't quite see what's going on.
It's mystery and mystique.
Yeah.
So it's in that tension. It's not the glasses that for the mystery itself. It's in the tension of trying to find out that drives the attraction. Tension. That's where it's the magnetism, right? That electricity that gets created in between that kicks it in your body and you just feel alive.
So where do most people go wrong? They fill it in.
Fill it in fast. Yep.
They fill it in fast.
Yep.
Dude, I can't tell you how many. I mean, I know everybody's living their life, but like, I can't tell you how many men I just I feel I've chatted with them, and they're not in a paid coaching agreement with me, and
Mhm.
so I don't volunteer my opinion because I've learned, but I've observed men over the years go through with engagement and marriage. When I looked in the eye, and they weren't even into it. They were so not into it, and it made me really just go, "What are you doing, dude? What the fuck are you doing?" It's made me really observe and just take a note. Have you seen that?
I've done it. Yeah, man. Thousands of times,
Yeah.
working with the men over the years that I've helped coach and spoke to on the sales calls that I've had with the program I was in. There's something that they're getting out of it, and it's one thing, and they're putting up with all these other things just to have that, and that is somebody that they can have sex with every day, and they're settling. They're settling for more than they're they know that they deserve deep down,
Yeah.
but they forgot that they do that they
What
deserve more.
and to that point, the deserving and the worthiness and the valuing yourself as a man, like that doesn't get talked about enough.
Mhm.
Um,
No, it's attached to external things.
yeah, yeah.
It's attached to power or what we perceive as power.
Mhm. Like,
Yeah.
if I needed to have significantly more money in my bank account in order to feel valuable, that I know I am, I would be anxious and depressed all day because it hasn't, right?
Yeah.
Um, what do you think? Let's start with men. What do men need permission around more of that you've seen? Just giving themselves a permission around something in the relationship
Oh, yeah. To be commanding.
to be commanding.
It's not asking for permission itself. That's it right there. They don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
They get pushed back when they do that, and they
yeah,
fold. And it shows up in the most subtle way. All of this stuff, this is what I'm creating my container around. I'm creating a program for all this is around
yeah.
answering these questions and
To
helping
be
you
to be
navigate.
commanding,
Mhm.
to help you navigate. Yeah.
Mhm. So the method that I'm creating for this particular thing to do it in a way that's absolutely compassionate and not dictatorial is it's called the make her method. Mhm. Make her comply. That's like we to come full circle to what we were talking about in the beginning. The ego to apply here appeal to the ego, you know, because you can do that. You can make her comply. You can keep her accountable. You know, and I'm going to show you how to do it.
That is pretty much all you need on the sales call. Because I felt that. Because I felt that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Mhm. You know. She wants to be a powerful woman. She wants to feel good in her skin. She wants to be accepted as a human being, and that's what you're really going to learn how to do with her. So you can have the real relationship that you want.
Without what?
Say that again without what?
Like, without needing to be a dick, without needing to try to act like an out, like, without
Yeah,
You know,
without that performance, without that pretend, without the
yeah,
mask. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Genuine,
yeah,
because you keep that mask up, she's going to keep touching it, and she's going to keep that mask up herself. You're never going to know who you're dealing with. And over the years, it just turns into disguise after disguise after disguise, and you don't even know who you're looking at.
yeah. So I'm gonna take this to the next level. To me, we've mentioned vulnerability, and yet being commanding. Vulnerability, being commanding. The Venn diagram in between. Because I'll be honest, with me, I had a chick laying on top of me, making out, cute woman, beautiful woman, and I cried about something that came up about like just some emotion of feeling completely invisible in life or something, or a specific memory that came up, and I was actually like I had a tear a little bit.
In that moment.
Yeah,
Okay.
like right here, laying on me,
Mhm.
and I was looking back up at her, and she was just there and took it in. And then I can tell you that we have continued intimately, and it's
Mhm.
actually gotten hotter.
Mhm.
So there is something in between. Please riff if you want.
How did she react to the tear immediately, right after she noticed? What did you pick up on from her?
She did put her hand and back up
Yes.
on my chest, and then like that, did a little wipe away, and then laid down again in silence and relaxed more.
Mhm. Mhm. Soften.
Yeah.
Okay. Soften indeed. Yeah. How did you respond?
In my body, the energy was, the energy in the body was, I don't care how you're going to respond. This needs to come out. You're free, non-verbally, I was very much internally, you're free to leave if you can't handle this. So I think we're touching on the balance there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So you didn't react out of fear at all. You were
Yeah.
good in your own skin in that own moment. You appreciated the energy she gave back to you, even though there was a little bit of a mother son dynamic happening in that moment, right? Which usually is a huge turn off for women. But if you were to be like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, just, they're like, oh, okay. Do you need a moment? Like you just killed Blair,
Yeah.
right? You didn't
There
do
was
that. You
there
didn't
was
react that way. You were solid.
there was zero embarrassment about what I'm feeling. Zero. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm. And she saw you on a deeper level because she saw you as a human being having a moment,
Yeah.
and when you demonstrated that you had that compassion for yourself to be okay with that you would also do that for her as well,
Yeah.
you know and it's in that demonstration where she probably like really just fell into that, and like
Yeah.
likes you even more. The relationship has grown from that point on,
Yeah.
instead of being torn apart from fears.
Yeah.
You just let love in.
Yeah. And furthermore, I would even ask clearly, and this goes into another segue maybe, sharing my desires romantically even more. And then she was able to say, I don't want to do that. I can do this. I'd love to do that. But it was what you were talking about, where there's usually a constriction from the men feeling the safety to ask, given the culture,
Yep.
given
Mhm.
the culture where it's like, oh, I can't even send that text because what if it gets screenshotted?
Fear showing up again, right?
Yeah, and to actually say it and to respect her and say, no, you can say yes or no. I'm not going to assume anything on your end. You're an adult,
Mhm.
and that's me caring about you because I know
Mhm.
you can speak for yourself. And yeah, it's gotten more and more hot and intimate and
Mhm.
trusting of
Mhm.
yes, no, yes, no. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
Yeah,
do you
there's no real line between commanding and vulnerability. You know,
yeah,
it's a false dichotomy because we tend to think that when we're being we equate vulnerability with being soft.
yeah,
And then we equate commanding with being hard,
yeah,
right? But neither one of those are true because what you're really commanding is where you're going. That's it. You're commanding yourself. You're leading your own damn self.
yeah.
And when she sees that, it gives her the room to decide that she wants to follow you. You don't make her follow
The make her the energy of commanding.
you. Mhm.
What do most men get wrong? You mentioned that they maybe they test it and they fold. What is this? And you don't have to share it actually if
Mhm.
if it's the sauce.
Uh, no, not really. The sauce is all the different methods and all the different ways it shows up and
Yeah,
what you need to do in those circumstances when they show up the way that they do.
yeah,
Because it depends on what she's communicating to you.
yeah,
We're really good at being very matter of fact in our head, very strategic about things, tactical, right? We're problem solvers, we're fixers. Whereas women, very subtle, nonverbal communication is like king or queen, I should say. And we have a hard time reading that sometimes and understanding what it means. But I've developed strategies on what these nonverbals or what she's actually saying, reading her behavior a little bit better, what they're actually telling you about her. Mhm.
here's an example.
Mhm.
I said I got an IG the other day. I just said, "Hey, first name," throwing it out there. Hey, Joanna. Hey, True. How's your day? Nothing. So many different open-ended interpretations. First of all, the first one is okay, low interest, all good. What are the other potential interpretations that some men may miss?
It could be infinite, right?
Yeah,
Like, because what you did was you just created tension.
yeah.
You invited her into nothing. And when you invite her into nothing, it builds tension because she's like, oh, well, I don't know what to expect here. This is the unknown. This is what I was talking about with uncertainty. It's the uncertainty that drives polarity. So when you're just like reaching out to say, hey, what all the things go up in her mind with possibilities it could be,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you can
So
provide a little bit of clarity, but be fun with it.
yeah,
And what that'll do is that'll get her curious. So she'll reach out to find out more. Right.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Nice, dude. I feel like this got into podcast mode, but I want to drop I want to drop that personal. I feel like that came up in me, and I'm
Yeah.
dropping that. I'm saying that and
Cool.
dropping it. Yeah,
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
yeah.
New potential client right there.
There he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go on a hike. He's gonna show me a mountain out here. Um, oh, what did he call it? I guess it's where like the because I'm in Utah right now, where the Mormon church first. Yeah, I'm in the valley, dude. It's fucking beautiful.
It's
Air is dry.
amazing. It's
It like
beautiful
never
out there.
rains.
Yes.
I don't like the dust, but other than that, it's just hot all the time. I'm dark as fuck now. Everyone here works out, which is cool
Yeah.
as hell too. Like I had to level that up. I'm like, damn, because in Chicago everyone's fat. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
Utah is beautiful, man. Yeah.
So we're gonna go to that summit and have our initial coaching session up there, and then go from there, man.
That's awesome.
Loving this life, brothers. Thank you.
Yeah. Dude, to be honest, man, I've been feeling kind of I always feel this it's still there.
Let's label it.
Hmm?
Give me a word. Label it.
Disaffected, disillusioned
I felt
in
that this morning.
in people paying to be helped. I feel like I have another level in me. And this is do you have 2 minutes?
We got as much time as we want, man.
That feels like a real gift. Like my heart just like chilled out.
Can I ask you something?
I want to make a note and then please, yeah. I think that right there is what I'm giving people. That right there, the spaciousness, the open-ended, this is your time without an agenda. It's so crazy how I just put that out on my heart and it was answered. Wow. It's the space to truly be heard, really. Just to let down all the masks. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably landed my last client, man, because I just like we want to get to it. I start things want to come up like there's so many things that I want to do right now, but I want to be here too. Start to wrestle with myself a little bit, and then I just stop and I was like, and I told her, I'm like, maybe all you need is just for someone to listen for once.
Dude.
But I want to ask you something
Please, yeah.
deeply personal, for
The what?
something deeply personal to you.
Okay.
And what I want to know from you is, what do you see going on in the world that breaks your heart more than anything else? Like the number one thing.
Um what came was the internal judgments and projections and friction and even fuck it, social conditioning that blocks intimacy, that needs it to be in a certain box or in a marriage or in a relationship, um, to simply be heard, felt. We don't feel each other. Holy fuck. That's what it is. We don't feel each other. And instead, we make up these phantoms of who the other people are to stay in our little bubble. I think that's what hurts me the most. And if it hurts me, then I know I'm not the only one. Yeah.
Beautiful. I felt that, brother.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't hear each other. We don't feel each other. We're trying to sell each other stuff.
Yeah. What I really like, you know, the way I felt about that is like I heard a voice say, controlling how things feel. It is painful. No one wants to be bamboozled. No one wants to be tricked. You all want a genuine connection. At least we say we do, but our actions say otherwise. It's an interconnectedness that we all have with each other that we like to pretend that we forget, especially here in the West, right? We're so much, we've been raised individualistically to pride ourselves in that individualism. We have to love ourselves before we love anyone else, give to get. We play zero sum games with each other all the time. One of the most profitable things to do is to date trade, right? And we're rewarded for it and celebrate it. But what if we could celebrate this openly? Celebrate that connection between each other. It's feel to feel. And we're so blind to it, we don't see it anymore. You know? We pretend like it's fake. Like it's woo woo or bullshit. I fucking love these conversations, man. This is why I live, dude. You know, just to feel more connected to you right now. It's the most man.
I feel euphoric right now. I can see how much of a lunatic I am. Utterly and just crazy. I want to fuck everyone. I don't care a shit about money. Really, I just want to be on drugs and dancing all day. Like being a symbol of reminding people, what are you doing? In the numbness, in the boxes you're putting yourself in. Expressive, the word is authentic. That's what I care about. What breaks my heart is people feel they need to abandon who they are to be loved. And that's what I'm like, oop, mm, that's not real. Don't need to smile. It's authenticity.
We're all going to now,
Yeah.
and it's the path to awakening.
Yeah. Did you answer that as well? What breaks your heart, man?
I couldn't have said it better than the way you said it. I could not have.
I like what you said about we try to control it. We're trying to control everything. how we feel, when we feel it, what we show when.
What breaks my heart is when I witness fear taking over and watch it manifest into destruction, separation, more pain. I think about what it was like. You know, I've had visions of this too. What it was like for Eve in the garden with Adam. Just feel helpless and witness everything just start to crumble. And Adam just had the courage. He was love over fears. Just that one moment to decide he would do that. You know, I feel that wound on a deep, deep level. I've seen it manifest in my life over and over and over again. My wife cheating on me, my ex-wife. How afraid I was in that moment when I looked at her in her eyes and asked, "Why didn't you come home? Where were you?" And she lied to me in that moment. I felt much, much deeper thing that I ignored, held on to the fear, internalized, you know. And so many, much, much more micro examples. But that one was like, I recall that one the most because that was the most reflective of original sin that I could think of.
Yeah, I see the connection with the offer as well. If I can say this back, it's almost like you're saying, learn how to make her stay in truth or don't participate. Yeah.
Your integrity, bro.
Yeah.
Here. Make her hold herself to the woman that she tells you she wants you to be, wants her to be. Yes.
Or to be, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just wrote down here, you're free to be yourself. You deserve to be yourself and to not try to make other people match with you. I'm talking to myself basically. It's like, I'm just gonna be me. I went to the Starbucks where I got that IG, same
Mhm.
barista, and she was like, "True." She called my name, like, kind of like, and I'm like, "You didn't respond to my IG 3 days ago. What are you doing now?" And I just was, and all I said to myself internally, I go, "No masks here. Thanks." Grabbed the little
Mhm.
pastry. Didn't put on a thing of, "Hey, thanks,
Mhm.
Angie." And it was just like, I didn't even do a head nod. It was just like, "Thank you." I like strictly professional, barista to customer. Whereas the old me, and I think many men can relate, would try to have cajoled, right? Would try to
Yep. Mhm.
smooth it out and
Still try and yep. Mhm.
abandon their own self-respect.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
That's great because you know what you just did? You created more tension.
And I felt it. I was like, "Ooh, there it is." When I walked away, I was like, "Nice going, True. Nice going, bro. You weren't fake at all, bro. You were
Yes.
just like, yo, thanks."
Mhm. See how easy it is? It really is.
Yeah. It only gets hard when we feel like we need to wear a mask.
Mhm.
Yeah. Dude, I'm excited when we let
Good.
go. permission. Yeah, it's authenticity. That's the core of it.
So, brother, when are you
Yeah,
going to Costa Rica, man?
September 1 got the ticket.
Like that. You got a
September
place
1.
up there?
Yeah, 480. 480 a month.
Okay.
8 minute bike ride from the water.
Okay. Tamarind?
Tamarindo. Tamarindo got the guy on WhatsApp. He was like, "Hey, if you're gonna stay more than a month, I need a $500 security deposit." I was like, "Not gonna stay more than a month. How about I bring 480 cash when I get there?" He said, "Absolutely, man. We'll see you when you get here." I was like, "That's how we play. That's how we play." And the vision is
Mhm.
a gathering space. The vision for me selfishly is to build a place for 50,000, a beautiful little 2-floor thing. Pool,
Mhm.
walk-in tiled shower with my design, king bedroom in the back, on the second floor, not on the first with the bugs, balcony up the top, like the whole thing. But then there's a gathering space that's going to get funded by an investor. Basically, the continuation of what we were doing there
Mhm.
in my vibe. Yeah. Where affluent people can literally just come and be offline. They can drop the masks and be offline.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
what I want to, man. I talk about it all the time, every month. Still want to do it. Still, that hasn't changed, man. Just the avenue to get there has been rerouted and fine. Well,
How much longer are you in Utah?
as long as I need to be, man. I'm just sort of. It's been like this, right? Like it went down,
Yeah,
and now, like I'm starting to climb back up. This last month has been a slow climb. Worked through a lot internally. Um, got way out of like challenging myself every day to get out of my comfort zone because it's really easy to just slip back into that. Now I'm starting to climb,
amazing,
you
man.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much longer when the money comes, when the big money comes.
You have a
Next,
place?
not yet. No, I don't.
Nice.
Um I next my what I the aim is, okay,
Yeah.
there's an aim, not that I won't hit it, but there's an aim, and the aim is ultimately Costa Rica, to be your neighbor, of course,
Mhm.
because I freaking love that place, man. So there, but I might end up hitting Mexico first for a while, or one of the islands out there, in the Caribbean, or just somewhere that just appeals to me. You know what I mean? On my way to get there, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Play that out, babe.
What an amazing adventure.
Yep.
When you said I don't have a place, the absolute no fucks given hero just goes, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping in Zion National Park with a blanket.
It's not quite like that. I don't want to lie to you, man. I'm staying with a buddy,
Nice, yeah.
a good brother of mine who
Yeah.
gave me shelter. So and
Amazing.
food,
When I first
which is
got to
great.
LA, a friend, a Mormon friend who I knew from high school,
He's Mormon. Well,
he was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm selling my house in San Bernardino. It's yours until I sell it." I was like, "This is the kind of thing when we act on our boldness, life is just like, here you go, here you go."
mhm.
Yeah, but it sounds good, man. Thanks for explaining
Yeah,
the
it's
concept.
interesting because like for the first time ever, you know, um, ever, uh, I received generosity with no strings attached, just pure care without any expectations. You know, and actual, physical, real,
Yeah.
like giving me what I need in the moment. You know,
Yeah, it does something to the soul, like to the heart. You're like
Mhm.
receiving that. I was like,
Mhm.
oh man, okay.
Yeah. It took me a while to get adjusted to that. That's for sure. I was always like, okay, am I, what does he want? Is he getting pissed off? Am I overstaying the welcome? Is it whatever? And I dropped it, had the conversation, had a few conversations. We worked together. We worked in the same offer. Um, we've he's very much into spiritual work too, and he's got his own way of doing things, Tai Chi specifically. And
Nice.
so we can meet soul to soul when we need to, and that's absolutely helpful. So we've had the conversation. It's just like I'm really grateful for him. And he's like, dude, I'm grateful for you. You showed me how much of a judgmental prick I've been. I'm like, I did.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's that feels really good to hear that you're doing well, that you're doing fine.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
to like for me to have that opportunity to care is healing too. Like to instead of just being like, "Oh, good,
Yeah.
cool.
I
I
feel
don't,
that, man.
I don't care," type thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel that. I know, that's something that looking back on too with my interactions with people, how needy I've been coming off because I have been needy. I have been in need in subtle, subconscious ways, because I haven't experienced this sort of self acceptance
Dude, yeah.
before, not to this degree or this level. And it really did take me doing everything that I've done to get where I'm at right now and let go of everything that I've owned, essentially, you
Just
know,
a car?
just the car, yeah, just the car, some clothes and my gear.
Well, I want you to know that you're more than welcome to the spot in Costa, okay?
Thank you, man.
You're welcome, yeah. It's a pleasure.
Hmm.
I'm gonna after this call that something that's inspiring from this is just to be more clear about where I'm headed and letting people know my vision and without any sense of holding back or maybe it won't work, so maybe I shouldn't post that. No, this is what's happening, and this is what I'm up to. Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, love hearing it. So I love you, dude. This has been awesome. This has been the coolest fucking conversation I've had in a long time. But
I
that's
love you,
not
Joey.
unusual with you, true.
It's a blessing and a curse, apparently. I love you, Joey, and man, I hope I'm with you vicariously in Utah.
Hmm.
There's
Absolutely.
something God's country out there, something amazing about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see why they wrote the Book of Mormon, which I'm starting to learn about right now. I didn't know anything about it really. So starting to appreciate it more for what it is. True or false, doesn't matter. There's a lot of true things. Anyway, brother, hit me up over the next couple days for any new insight that you come up with, and I'll do the same. Yeah,
Thanks, Joey.
yeah,
Yeah, enjoy Utah, enjoy the hike.
I will. I will, man.
Thank you so much for your genuineness.
Ditto, brother.
Okay.
Ditto. I love you, man.
Love you, man. Okay.